the reason why I went down this route was I really lacked confidence. I'm in a managerial role, managing staff, and a very small team, but still, regardless, still a team. And I wanted to build up on my confidence more so than anything. As a manager, I unfortunately had a very bad experience in a previous job, where my boss was very unkind and very harsh, and just made me feel like I was really bad at my role, and I'd lost a lot of confidence. So we worked on things like imposter syndrome and things like that during my time with Alex. So really wanted just more of a focus on building my confidence and my skill set to be a better version of myself.
So we took the opportunity, I think, really to kind of revisit times in her life or places in her life where she felt confident, where she felt that she was performing well. And then we use those, I guess, as a bit of a sort of a device to then explore, well, what was it about those occasions? How did you step up? How did you feel at those times when you were performing well?
He would email me about a few days before the session, and he'd be like, right, what would you like to discuss at our next catch up? And then he'd always start off with maybe an idea or some help that I need, some advice on, and then we sort of flourish with that idea.
In advance of each session, Nia and I would be liaising with each other just to sort of fine-tune what was it that Nia wanted to focus on next week's session, for example. I like to do that with my mentees because it gives me the heads up, and it gets the mentees in that sort of right frame of mind in terms of how we're going to use that time.
He would always email me things, useful little tips and hacks and things like that I found very invaluable, and also I've even passed on to the team as well. So it's not only had a great positive impact on myself, but also within my team and amongst my colleagues as well.
Nia quite liked sort of reading around topics, so I would send her articles on imposter syndrome. There was an article I sent her, I think, from Professor David Clutterbuck about the upsides of imposter syndrome, that it sort of it fights complacency. And I think Nia really resonated with Nia, actually reframing something which she saw as a negative that she could actually use to give her additional power and strength and a bit of humility in her approach as an emerging leader, really.
I think we were only 6 months or something like that. He was mentoring me, so it was a very short period of time. And if you're only meeting it, once every 6 weeks. But what we did was we utilised that time for me then, I found that the time that we did in that short space of time was really invaluable. So I got a lot out of it. Let's just put it that way.